Greetings from Change. Welcome to the COM program. The COM program, which is very highly powerful, inspiring, and instantly life-changing program. So now, in continuation of the last episode, where we learned together about the urgent need for discovering the third faculty. We said the body cannot manage mind and the mind cannot manage by itself. Therefore, there is a third faculty need to be there to manage the mind. And we almost reached some level of understanding that the third faculty is we ourselves. So we need to get more clarity about that. So let us continue the conversation. We need to understand how this amazing, highly powerful mind works in our human system. Mind has three faculties. Within the mind, there are three faculties. One is subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is where all our memories get stored. It is the warehouse of all your memories. Memories meaning your belief structure. Belief structure means what you believe, what you don't believe. In every aspect of life. So your belief structure and your faith system. If you are affiliated to any particular faith and that faith system and the culture in which you were brought about in that faith system also gets implanted in your subconscious mind. Whatever is the stage of your life, if you are a child, until that stage, if you are an older adult, or if you are even senior citizen, whatever the faith system you are affiliated to, whatever the belief structure you have accumulated from time immemorial. When we say belief structure, what we are saying is our assumption that I can do this, I cannot do that. If I am the manager today of a company, if my dad is going to tell me, come on man, why are you still functioning as a manager, why don't you become the CEO? Immediately my mind will tell me, no, I cannot do that. It's not possible for me, I am only the manager. Suppose if I ask you, have you ever even imagined your monthly salary equivalent to your annual salary? Have you ever even imagined this? Suppose if your monthly salary is, say, some 2 lakhs. Have you ever imagined your monthly salary to become 24 lakhs? Hardly anybody would have imagined. That is because the memory, whichever is implanted there, that is what will come. You are not courageous even to think of it. Even to think, how would it be if my monthly salary is equals to annual salary? No, we won't be even courageous to even think That is the characteristic of mind. The mind always thinks only the past. So whatever the belief system that has been implanted, stored there in the subconscious mind, whatever has been your past experiences, whatever has been your actions, your attainments, whatever has been the quality of your relationship with anybody, with your parents, with your partner, with your brothers, sisters, siblings, or friends, whatever has been the quality of your relationship, that gets implanted in your subconscious mind. And therefore, and that is what we call, and in that process, you have created labels and images of yourself, stating, this is what I am. This is what me. This is what I can do. I cannot do that. This is what I can do. This is what I can achieve. This is what I can experience. This is what I can have. I can only have one car. I can't have a second car. So that is the belief system that you have created, that God created and stored in your subconscious mind as the memory faculty. It is only the memory that gets stored there that comes in front of you at the present moment. You practically think from morning, from the time you wake up from bed till you go back to bed, be honest and think, was there anything new? Was there anything totally new that you have not experienced before? Whether it is a toothbrush you are using, it is the same toothbrush which you used yesterday. The brand could change, but the toothpaste. And is there any completely a new breakfast that you thought of today? Maybe the breakfast you are having today, you would not have had yesterday, but you would have definitely had sometime in the past. That's what comes back. So you name everything from morning till night, all that what you have done and what you have experienced is nothing other than the past. So this memory faculty, which is full of images and labels about yourself and the rest of the world. That is why you say, oh, that person, I know that person, he is that type. Don't you say that? So that is the labels and memory that you have created about that person, which is in your mind, and promptly it comes out. So you have opinions and views of people. Some people you call as great, very good people, nice people. And some other people, you don't say they are great, they are good or nice kind of thing. You have some areas of difficulty with them. You have some relationship issues. And maybe that relationship issue or the difficult experiences you had about 10 years back, that's still there. Even now at the village level, Vaka Varappa Sanda, we are conscious, right? Vaka Varappa Sanda, Yugo Yuguma Nadakadilla. அதனால எவ்வளவு பிரச்சனை வருது கிராமத்தில். Why? It's because of that labels and images that we have about people. Once you have fight with one person, you start hating that person. Who is doing this? Mind. So mind has the labels of some people as good friends for you, some people are bad for you, some people are enemies for you. Just to, for a clarity purpose, just one interesting example. You might like it. It is not in any different sense. When you are about to be married, right? Whether it is an arranged marriage or your own personal choice. Okay, whether it is a personal choice or arranged marriage. If it is a personal choice, when the moment that emotion of love strikes you have all the positive feelings, right? Positive feelings and opinions and views of the partner. You don't have any negative opinions and views. At that time, absolutely no negative opinions and views. All that remains there is only love. For what? You yourself may not know. That emotion strikes. Then when you start, relating with that person, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year down the line, have you not created images of that person? Have you not created opinions and views of the person? For example, even after 1 year, let us take the least period. Even after 1 year of your arranged marriage or your choice of marriage, after 1 year, where the images of that person is exactly same as the one that was there on the day one. This is a very important point, right, to understand. This is exactly where we need to transform our mind. Where the images after 1 year of your marriage, of your partner, is same as the one that existed on the day one. This is only to prove a point that your experiences get translated into images and labels and it sits there. Before marriage, there was a lot of anxiety and hope and kind of thing. But after marriage, after some time, there are different images. You have different images of your partner and your partner has different images of your. See, look at how things are happening now. And you know why? Because you are living the past. You are living the past. You are living today with your partner, with your past memories. That is why there is conflict, that is why there is quarrel, that is why there is infighting going on. And that only means you are not living. See, the situation is, yes, day before yesterday you had a problem, right? Now that is gone. But when you are in conversation with your partner today, why should that come? You are looking at that partner with that image. It is there. You are not free. You are not free. Your tone is different. Your voice is different. Your sense of confidence is different. Your sense of freedom is different because of that image. And the more you allow this image to come in front of you in the present moment, the more you are living the past. And when you don't correct your relationship at the present moment, absolutely avoiding the past memories, absolutely. There should not be a single memory of the past. Past means not 1 year back, past until yesterday, I mean. There should not be absolutely single memory excepting what you are currently doing. Has anyone in the world so far stayed in that position? absolutely without allowing any memory until this moment to come, and just live the present moment. That is what is called live the present moment. Now, honestly, see how the wonderful it is. Suppose if you can do that, if you can practice by completely shunning away all the past memories and live, interact with that person now, you know what? It's a new love. It's exactly this, like the day one. You will look at your wife like that. You will look at your husband like that. There will be anxiety, there will be hope, there will be aspiration, there is all that. You can live, happily. So what is making you unhappy? Because these memories accumulated in subconscious mind that come, that prevents you to be in the present here and now. So you are living the past. So where you don't correct the present, the past that you are living now also goes into the future. So your future also is the past. So you are eternally in the past, never in the present. This is exactly what is happening in human life, in every aspect of life. Whether it is office, whether it is business, in every walk of life, the labels and images that have been struck in your subconscious mind constantly comes in the present moment. So you end up doing the same thing again and again and again and again and again. So in the area of relationship, it is creating huge damage. In the area of relationship, which is fundamental to human life, it is creating huge damage. This characteristic of the mind, which keeps coming again and again and again in the form of images, memories, it's creating damage. So this is how, at least in the Asian countries, in country like India, there are huge problems, especially in the villages, where problems between the communities, problems about the borders of the farm, problems about the marriage issues. And person remembering the relationship issue 40 years back, still working on the same thing, still not able to resolve, still not able to take a step forward. Oh, come on, that's past. I really want to be nice to them. I want to create a good relationship. He's a good man. He's a good lady. The mind is not allowing us to do that. Right? So, subconscious mind is the faculty. This is the characteristic of that subconscious mind. And there is another faculty called conscious mind. Conscious mind is always dormant. It works only 5% of your lifetime. Conscious mind works only 5% of your lifetime. Otherwise, it is dormant. That is why occasionally in your life, sometime, there is a aspiration for higher realm of life. Oh, I wish I have that. I wish I do this job. I wish I get promotion. I wish my business, I take up the business to a higher level. So occasionally this higher realm of life happens, but it is very occasional. And even when the higher realm of thought comes, because you don't nurture the thought, you don't pay attention to that, so it vanishes. Then you are back to square one. Only the old thought will provide. So, conscious mind, when the conscious mind, you need to understand when the conscious mind gives messages to you. Whenever you feel compassionate, whenever you feel the love for other people, whenever you feel, oh my God, I think that man is not very bad. I think I should be all right with that person. When you feel that, this is a conscious mind. So catch it. Catch it and nurture it. This is one way of transformation. But generally people do that because when a higher realm of thought comes, immediately your physical aspect distracts your attention. There will be a phone call, there will be somebody calling you, or you feel you already are late to the office, so you get bogged down with your routine. So that thought doesn't get nurtured. So that is conscious mind. Then there is another faculty called intellect. Intellect is like a gatekeeper between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. Whenever you dream for a better life, aspire for a better life, that intellect says, no, you can't do that. You have never done it. You will fail in it. The intellect will come with thousands reasons as to why you should not progress in higher realm of life. It will stop you. It will tell you 101 reasons as to why you will fail. That is why people talk to you, they will create a lot of doubts in your mind. Oh my God, you are putting so much of investment. What will happen if it fails? See, look at the very first thought is what will happen if it fails. Why not the thing what will happen if you succeed? Right? So this is the whole issue. So the intellect stops your aspiration. Your aspiration higher than what was already. If you are a team manager, you will continue to be a team manager. There will not be higher level of aspiration happening normally. Very occasionally it will happen. 1 in 1,000 will get that idea. Oh, why should I be always part of the team member? Why not become the manager? Or why not, from the manager, why not I become the CEO? Why should I work for this salary? Why not I work for double the salary? No, the thought doesn't come. If at all that thought comes, it comes for a few seconds and you don't pay attention to that. So it paints away. Like Albert Einstein said very clearly, your attention creates your physical reality. Meaning, wherever you pay attention, that only will create physical reality. If, for example, for 5 minutes, if I think today, I really want to get promoted to the CEO. I really love that job. That job brings a lot of power, authority, name and fame and high salary. 5 minutes I am thinking. Immediately my time is up, I have to rush. So I am going to work and gets bogged down with day-to-day work. But if I don't pay attention to that 5 minutes or at least in the evening, start thinking, and then translating that thinking into some level of plans to attain that position. How it will happen? It won't happen. In a sand, if you sow a tomato seed, only tomato will come. Apple will not come. For producing apple, you need to plant apple seed. And when you plant a seed, you need to nurture it. You need to provide enough water, appropriate quantity, do the proper weeding, do proper fertilization. All that you have to do. This is what is called nurturing, paying attention. When you pay attention, the tomatoes plant comes up. Same thing holds good for any aspect of our life. And this is a spiritual work. It is not physical, right? For you to move from the team manager to a regional manager, you need to pay attention to that. You need to constantly think about it. You need to go and talk to the manager who you want to be. Talk to him, learn from him, what brought him there, how can he help, how can you help me to get into that position. May not be your position, maybe some other place. So you need to be in that kind of environment. Otherwise things don't happen. But most of us, what we think, oh come on, these things don't happen at all. What is the point of thinking? It doesn't happen. It will happen. Everything has time. Everything has time. If you want to travel from place A to place B at night, and your driver is sitting on the wheels, all set, switched on the car, switched on the headlight, and the headlight is showing for 200 meters. And if the driver is going to say, sorry sir, the headlight is showing only 200 meters. I want the headlight to show all the way up to 400 kilometers. Then only I will drive. I am afraid. I am afraid after 200 meters because there is darkness. Will you ever start the vehicle? Will you ever start that journey? You need to understand, when the vehicle is starting, constantly there will be light for 200 meters. Constantly. As the vehicle moves. Isn't it? Same way, you need to take step one. If you want to become higher up, take step one seriously, genuinely, with all passion, with all seriousness, and the step two will appear in front of you. So you need to be conscious of when the conscious mind is, giving you messages. And the most interesting aspect of this is, when you make efforts, you need to only start. When you make efforts, automatically path will appear. You don't know where from the resources coming. Yes, there are umpteen examples in the world, very mind-boggling miracles that have happened, where your mind is seriously paying attention to things, and things will happen. And about this, there are tools and techniques the CALM program is going to teach you. So we'll do that as we make progress. So that is the intellect. So when the conscious mind is showing signs of prosperity, and when you are interested in that, pay attention to that, make one step. When you make one step, you know what will happen? The interesting thing is, the mind does not understand the difference between the imagination and reality. So even when you imagine that what you aspired is already happening, then the intellect will pause it. Although it has not been your experience, you have only imagined it, the intellect will pause it, because the intellect does not understand the difference between imagination and the reality. It will pass. So that is the way you pass through. So this is how happening. So all the images, thoughts, experiences, faith system, belief structure, all that is running our life, and based on that only you make desire. You are desirous of something. I want to do MBA. I want to do a doctoral program. I want to do mechanical engineering. So based on these images and based on what your friends are doing, that is what we talked about, collective consciousness. Based on that you make decision, and when the decision is made, it is transmuted by the brain into physical reality through your body. So this is how the system happens, right? So, meaning, if the memories and labels and images are abundance of physical property, so your decision will be only corresponding to that. For example, Ambani's child will always think of only abundance, right? Will they ever think of life of limitation and scarcity? No. They will think big. They will think of only going to 5-star hotel and not ordinary restaurant. Whereas other people who have not had that experience, who had the experience of only going to an ordinary restaurant, they will go to only the ordinary restaurant. Because that's exactly how the mind conducts you. So this is how there is a huge difference in the quality of life between haves and have-nots. So we need to understand here the difference that makes the difference in the life of human being. So the difference that makes the difference in the life of the people is only the images. Your faith system, your belief structure, your past experiences, and what you believe that you are, this is what. An Ambani child will think like Ambani. Ordinary family child will think like their parents. But there are exceptions, 1 in a million. Like Abdul Kalam. He was born in a fisherman community, but he thought differently, right? There are possibilities. He thought differently and he became a great man in the world, right? So the mind management is all about how we can rewire these images and labels. How we can change these images and labels already stored from time immemorial. How we can change it in order for you to create a life of your choice. In education, in studies, in job, in profession, in business, every aspect of it, if you want change in life, you need to change the mind. Changing the mind, meaning changing the images, the labels stored as memories, you need to change it. And that's called mind management. That is what is called rewiring. Rewiring the subconscious mind. As we said, who will do the rewiring is the question. Who will do the rewiring? The mind itself will not do the rewiring. Mind cannot manage itself. So the third faculty has to be there. In the next episode, we are going to discover that third faculty as to who can manage your mind, who can change the labels and images in the way you want it to be. Thank you. All the best. Have a great time ahead.